Hello and welcome to Neuro-Heretical Wargaming. My name is Brendan. Tonight I'm joined by, or not really anyone currently. It'll be a minute. Scott said he's going to be here, but he's going to be a little late. But hey. Anyway, tonight I'm going to continue working on my Black Templars for RMO. For all intents and purposes, they are ready. I just want to get over these kind of last few. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Ate some pizza real quick before we started. Anyway, try and get over these last few things, make sure they are all good to go. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's having a good night, and, well, let's get to painting. I was smart and got me a wet palette's too wet. There we go. Wet palette stuck to the thing. But I was smart and got me some new lead belcher because I knew I was going to need it. Let's see, who doesn't have any silver on them? Here. Oop, sorry. Here and here. Perfect. Alright, we got most of them actually. And that is the old lead belcher. Side note, for anyone that missed the announcement, GW is officially rebranding their paints from Citadel Color to Warhammer color, I guess I should say. And I guess they're actually out in stores now. That's a little faster than I would have thought. Alright. It's been a while since I've had a fresh pot of lead belcher. Comes out much nicer. Alright. Hello, Tristan. Love to hear what you're working on this evening, since I know this is one of your big paint nights as well. At least for Warhammer. Good old lead belcher. Goes on in one coat like 90% of the time. And it doesn't. Oh, you know what? That's fair. You got me there, Tristan. When in doubt, StarCraft. Actually, that does beg the question. Did you ever solve the mystery of the missing sprue? So it sounded like you were short one when you were talking to John. Didn't know if that ended up being actually the case or if it was just like hiding somewhere. Are you? You want to go lay in bed? Go lay in your pup bed.
Hello.
Oh no, there's a wild Scott. Hold on.
Oh gosh.
No, you're gonna be echoing. Shut up, Scott. All right, Scott. Now you can speak.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream.
How's it going?
Oh, you know, we're just painting.
Oh, that's good. What you painting?
No, just still working on my Mark III Marines. They're
Okay,
tournament
okay.
ready, but I want to go ahead and do the extra
Wanna-
details I was planning on.
You want to zhuzh them up a little bit.
Yeah. Since I don't actually have to get anything I don't have to rush to paint anything this time, so might as well paint for fun, because that's a thing people do.
Oh, that must be nice.
Hello, Wanting Fire. Hello. I'm gonna call it Peter. I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you around before. They are asking if it's legal to use Horus Heresy models as Warhammer 40k models. They said, I know you're not allowed to use Warhammer 40k models or model parts in Horus Heresy. That depends a lot, actually, on your group. Funnily enough, Scott, you have 40k parts in your Alpha Legion, correct?
Yes, I use a lot of 40k parts of my Alpha Legion. Especially with like my snipers, I have some parts that I ripped off of some Primaris snipers because their sniper bits are real nice.
I think I provided some of those for you as well.
Yeah, you did. I stole them from you.
Yeah. Alpha Legion.
Yeah,
style.
usually it's okay, especially if they like look similar. The other part of that is if you ever want to take it to like an event or something, it just never hurts to ask the organizer. And usually most people are pretty chill, so as long as it looks like about the same, most people are fine.
Yeah, I mean,
like if you get little Horus Heresy and Marine and say it's a Dreadnought, okay, well now we're gonna have some problems, but
I will say I feel like Horus Heresy, they're not like common or anything, but they're slightly more common in like bolt counters in Horus Heresy versus regular 40k. Part of that is just like the community it's built and stuff like that, but I feel like even those are relatively rare these days. I don't think there's that many left. Because Horus Heresy used to be a very premium, even like compared to regular 40k community.
Even.
Yeah, which was fair. That's kind of what GW set out to do with it initially. But yeah, for this, obviously our local community doesn't really care about using 30k minis in 40k, and arguably it is a bit easier just because it's like, oh, it's just a relic that Marines or whatever still use. Actually, in the book I'm reading, a tank with a Volkite gun shows up in the modern setting. But that being said, I did double check, and so this is the list I'm taking to Rocky Mountain Open, kind of the biggest tournament in our area. It's run by FLG, and I actually did send these guys in to get them approved to make sure they were good to go, because they are a little shorter.
A little squatty.
Yeah, it's really not from the tabletop view. From the gameplay view looking down, not noticeable really. But when you're like actually playing, like if you look at them closely, you can see the height difference. I guess I can kind of demonstrate a little here. Because he's just ever so slightly shorter than this Primaris Marine.
Little itty bitty.
Yeah, just a little guy. Yeah. I know a lot of people like to take parts from 30k Marines and put them on. I certainly have done that. I think all my Space Marine helmets thing is just from every system I play. Or I guess from both systems is the accurate descriptor.
Well, all two of them.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna start taking Space Marine helmets from Legion Imperialis.
It would be funny to find a way to use Legion Imperialis models in 30k or 40k. I feel like there's
I've seen some clever things, like people will be holding up like hollows, like hollow discs or whatever, and they'll use a little Legion Imperialis guy as like the hologram.
I was gonna say, I feel like you could definitely use it for like terrain in some way, shape, or form. You see this little like statues and busts.
Yeah, there's a couple models that have like some kind of like hologram thing that they're holding.
Yeah.
Actually, I think one of the Golden Demon winners actually did that. I think it was some like a Gene Stealer cultist, and they had holograms of the Space Marines that they were about to try to rock, but then in turn get rocked by.
I think I might have seen that picture. That sounds right. Definitely sounds familiar.
Another fun one to do is if you have an aircraft, you can use them for first perspective to make it look like it's flying high above everything else.
Haven't you been saying you're going to do that for literal years, but like
Yeah,
haven't?
well, I said I was going to do it, and then it just kind of went onto the back burner because my pile of shame is ever present.
I mean, mood.
And now I need to get a bunch of Necrones done for our doubles tournament.
I was gonna say, speaking of which, is that what you're working on tonight?
No. You know how I made a promise that I'm going to be better and not have to panic paint things before tournaments?
Yeah.
Well, I'm panic painting 9 crew toxes in the twins, so...
Oh, that's fair. I should have remembered that you had unpainted crew talks from like last Thursday.
Yeah, I tried to get it done, but we're just slap jobbing them, so it's pretty quick thing.
It is kind of funny because it is, ironically, in theory, the army you would have the least models of that to do on until you changed your list.
Yeah, we made some updates to make it better. And definitely I think the adding the more rampagers was the correct choice.
Mm-hmm. It definitely it's definitely better. I mean, at least within our little thing in our test games. It definitely made it more viable against my list, which is good, because my list was giving you a lot of trouble. So.
And now no longer, and now I have ample practice with the twins, so I don't just, like, instantly lose them.
Yet. To be fair, I think in the game they did least in our practice games, at least, I don't think I actually killed them. I think they just didn't have it. I guess I did, but it took like 3 different turns. They just weren't able to do much.
They're very weird to kill.
Yeah, they're just awkward enough to make it a pain. Also, side note, hello, Rust Belt Pipes. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. Glad to see you're into 40k. Let us know what you're working on. We always love to hear it. Peter would like to know, are Templars an infantry-centric army? Right now, very much so. I would argue, compared to a lot of melee armies that you'll see for Space Marines, they're actually they usually have a relatively high number of vehicles, especially because the Repulsor Executioner datasheet that we have just is great. It's just dramatically better than even the basic one. But kind of the best way to play them right now, which is the list I'm playing, is a Bastion Task Force list that gives battle line, like advance and charge, advance and shoot, fall back and charge, fall back and shoot, all those fun stuff. And guess what happens to be battle line? A 20-man unit of Crusaders. Guess what really wants to run across the board? A 20-man unit of Crusaders.
And you know who really likes falling back and charging? That's right. 20-man unit Crusaders.
But to be fair, that hasn't come up too much. It really depends on what's... Actually, that's not entirely true. It depends on what stage of the game we're in.
False.
I feel like it depends on the stage of the game. Early on, they typically don't need to. Because a lot of time they are going to kill it. But as they get smaller and they lose killing power, it helps a lot.
Fair.
Yeah. It varies a little bit. But you're not wrong. If nothing else, it's nice to fall back to let other things shoot so you can then charge him.
Well, here's a question. Oh, no. You are working on this Black Templar stuff for this weekend. What is the plan for after RMO? What do you think you're going to work on?
I don't know. Probably my orcs. I came up with a name for them.
Okay.
Also, real quick, Peter says I think he just put metal paint on the chainsaw guy to the right. So let me just double check to make sure. I know there's some that's like overcarried. I think I'm okay. It happens occasionally though. But yeah, I should probably start working on my orcs, partially in preparation for 11th edition, and partially because I'm honestly pretty well caught up and I've been kind of ignoring them for the better part of this edition. But yes, I did come up with a name. They shall be known as the Rust Buckets, with 2 Z's.
Okay.
That's how you know they're orcs.
Yeah, I mean that's just their language.
Yeah.
You want to be respectful.
How'd that work out for the Tau being respectful at the Apocalypse game?
Well, you know, could have gone better. Could have gone worse.
Could it?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't completely tabled.
I mean, it's fair, only because I got tabled before you did.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The important thing is that I knew I was going to get tabled. I knew I would brought significantly less points than whoever happened to be across the board from me. However,
Hi.
it ended up being Scott, mostly because 20% because I wanted to play Scott, and 40% because I was lazy.
Yeah, because you never get to do that.
Oh yeah, we never play games. Anyway, if you'd like to see our battle reports,
Be sure
just
to
this
join
last
us.
Sunday, Scott and I
Be sure to join
played
us every Sunday.
these Black
Noon Mountain
Templars
Time.
versus Tyranids. And it was a closer game than I would have thought it was going to be going into round 3. Going into round 4, I should say, more accurately. But Rust Belt Pipes says they're working on Blade Guard vets for Dark Angels. Awesome. We have a Dark Angels player on our channel, Tim. He's not typically on these, but actually, funnily enough, I technically have a Dark Angels model now. Where'd he go?
Where are you?
I lied. I don't know where I put him.
Oof.
He's probably around here somewhere. I just had trouble seeing him because it's dark. And he's dark green. Actually, not sure where I put him. It's moderately troubling. Anyway, our local Target has the little like blister packs of like Dark Angels where you buy and get like a random one. And so I have technically a Dark Angels veteran sergeant.
No, you need to make a Dark Angels armor with nothing but those little blister packs.
No, they're like $8.
Oh.
And they're random. So the problem is, because I thought about it, I was like, oh, maybe I could just like buy one of these, like, you know, whenever we go to the store during the week or something like that. Yeah, just build up like a little 5-man squad. Then I realized it's a mix of like, there's like one assault intercessor, one stirred guard veteran, one the Phobos Marines. There's like one, and they're all like different units. I think you can run them all together in kill team, but beyond that, it's like, oh, none of these things really go together.
Oh, that's goofy.
I feel like it's partially
I think
intentional.
previously they've been like parts of a squad.
Yeah, so it is technically all one squad, I think, like quote unquote lore wise. But that's really sorry, that's gonna bug me now. I don't know where it is. Anyway, you guys came for painting, so we're gonna do some painting. But yeah, I think previously they were like, I think they varied a little bit, just because the whole idea is that you get people like interested in the game, so you want to like show off different things. But like, I think one was like, I think one was all Terminators, wasn't it? I think it was all Blood Angel Terminators.
There's one that was all Terminators. There was one that was Death Guard.
Yeah, the Death Guard one. I thought there was like basically a tactical squad at one point too. But,
that sounds right.
Yeah. I mean, I know for a fact that I don't think this is the first one, but many of the older ones were not sold like in the United States because it's designed for the I think the Japanese market, from what I remember. In fact, it even has it like on the box. Let me show you real quick. I got the instructions right here.
The box, but not the dude.
I have the instructions right here, but I don't have the guy. But yeah, so you can see it's in English, German, and I presume Japanese, but I mean it could be Chinese. I don't.
That's all instructions though.
Well, yeah, but it's even on the box. I mean, like, look at the Warhammer Heroes. It has like specifically below the title of the box is the title in, I presume, Japanese. I don't know that strictly for sure.
Oh, okay. I'll give you more to that argument then. Because I'm looking at my instructions for the Twin Lands that is still at my desk. I'm like, there's a couple languages here, but there's definitely Japanese here too.
Yeah, but it's not like featured prominently on the box, is what I'm saying. It is always fun in the US where you can tell things are designed to be sold in Canada as well, because they'll have everything in French.
Bonjour.
Because apparently that is a legal requirement in Canada. Well, not in Canada, in Quebec. All products must have both languages on it, or must at least have French. So just to save money for even the entire Canadian market, they'll just put it on both.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to differentiate those and then try to make sure they go to the right place.
You gotta make sure they go to the right place, and it effectively doubles your print costs, but doesn't double your total sales. So it's kind of pointless. So. Alright, I think... Oh, it's his faceplate and his little head bits. Wanting Fire approves of the rust buckets. Or the name, I should say. Actually...
The name sounds really familiar. Is that a reference to something?
Not intentionally. I mean, I've heard a lot of things described as a rust bucket.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a given, but...
I kind of picked it out on a whim because I knew I wanted to do like a very, very rusty look on them, even more so than the normal orc rust. I knew I wanted to do that, so I was like, "Oh, that works. That works as a nice little pun." What else? There's something else. Oh, also, I'm running a lot. The theme of my army is like a lot of Death Dreads and shoot, what are they called? The little Killicans. So the bucket part of rust buckets just makes sense.
I wonder if they're getting an update.
That's what I'm afraid of. That's why I haven't put the other two boxes I bought together. At the very least, what I'm really worried about, I know like original rumors said that there was going to be a Death Dread in the launch box, but it looks like it's going to be that little new walker thing instead, which, you know, fine by me. But the Killicans in particular, I'm worried that they're going to get made into like, hey, what's in the box? I forget what it's called. There's a term for it.
Box lock?
Box lock? Sure. I'm worried they're going to get that because in the box, there's only one type of each weapon. So if they do that, because my original plan was to build them with all the rockets, which aren't good, but they're hilarious, right? So let's have like 3 units of 6 each running around shooting these rockets and like randomly hitting things, because that inspires joy. And but I'm worried that's gonna get box locked, and then I'm not going to get to do it. And I'm gonna have all these Killicans that I now can't run.
So, I mean, like, give it 2 months, right? Just
Yeah.
don't put the arms on.
That's like 80% of the can.
Oh. You can do the other 20%.
So yeah, I'm just gonna play it by ear a little bit. Like I said, my orcs haven't been a high priority because they're not anywhere near 2,000 points. So it's not like, oh, I want to play them. I'm like, okay, I'm not in a big rush for them. So yeah, we'll see how it is. Orcs will be one of the first 2 codexes to drop one way or the other, so I'm not concerned. Wonderfire does make a good point. The RV in Ben 10 is called the Rust Bucket. Or gets called a Rust Bucket.
I don't know. Like, I know it's a term, right? Like,
Yeah,
my first 2 cars were rust buckets. So, I don't know, it just feels like it sounds like it's something.
I mean,
The name of it or something.
it wouldn't be like, I don't know, we have Google. But,
Right, but my hands are full of crew talks right now.
well, that's unfortunate. Put the crew talks down. Not like you have to have it done by the tournament or anything.
That's the exact reason why I'm not putting the crew talks down.
Oh, you should probably do that. You should get on that.
What do you think I'm doing?
Making poor decisions by adding more crew talks to like the one army you wouldn't have had to paint otherwise.
Yeah, it's just that broadsides didn't really do too much for me.
Yeah, I feel like in theory, right, from like theory crafting, they make sense because it gives you an anti-tank option, but they never quite performed the way I think you would want them to be if you're going to take them.
Yeah, and then I'd need to like get more. It becomes a lot of point sink for something that doesn't get any buffs from the detachment itself.
Yeah. And was relatively inconsistent. Heavier armor from what I remember. So I don't even know if they killed... At the time, I was only running the one. But I don't think they killed my Rep X, did they?
I think they eventually did. Like, the main thing they were trying to do was just, like, soften up targets so that the rest of the dudes get their buffs off.
Mm-hmm.
That was, like, a decent chunk of the list, and then they can't really move at all. And they're awkward to move because they're not infantry, so I had to, like, move people around them and whatnot. It just, you know, it was good in theory, but...
Things that are good in theory are rarely so good in practice.
Yeah, it was more of just like I didn't want to have to spend a bunch more money to get all the rampagers that I needed. Then birthday happened, so I was like, oh, I got a little birthday money. So time to get the rest of these rampagers.
And then not paint them.
Well, slowly.
What's that song? I was climbing that mountain. Running up that
Running
hill.
up that hill. Well, that's not very good. Oh yeah, but your God. Isn't money kind of beneath you? Also, Tristan asked you a question, Brendan.
Is it a question I'm going to like?
Maybe. About names.
Oh, yeah. I was actually going to say, I picked... not going to lie, Tristan. I picked Wanting Fire's one. Because it tickled me the right way. So the list is officially named Passion of the Emperor 2, Crusade This. So I really felt it hit the right level of unhinged, but not serious.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to make a fun name for mine. I just called mine Crude as Life version 4.
Well, you know, it tells a story. It gets the people
It
talking.
tells a story. It's like, how many iterations do you have of this? It says right on the tin. 4.
See, she should have said version 95 or something. Something oddly specific. Boy, I sure do love painting these vents. No, I'll just do the metal parts. What could possibly go wrong? What do you mean they're all metal parts?
That's probably fine.
What's the worst that could happen? It could explode.
Like your light bulb.
It didn't oh, so by the way, there was a second one.
What do you mean there was a second one?
Well, we got home, and I hopped in the shower, and I left the light on, and it burned out even more. It didn't spread.
Same socket, or...
No, it was another one in a different socket, because I took the one out, and then like didn't touch the others. And so like we already intended to like call the whatchamacallit, or like
Lord.
yeah, basically the like maintenance department for the company that runs it, and be like, hey, this is happening. We should probably fix that. So we did that.
Help.
Yeah. So we just took all the bulbs out to be safe and like didn't touch it. And they came out the next day and they said they pulled the fan, checked it, didn't see any like nothing wrong with the wires, nothing wrong with the electrical. Fan seemed fine, and mounted it back and just said kind of they thought it was the bulbs, because it was both LED bulbs. I think the third one actually wasn't for whatever reason. So yeah, they kind of chalked it up to the bulbs, said everything else looked fine. They put in new bulbs, didn't notice anything, said, hey, if it happens, call us again, and go from there. So, so yeah, I don't know. And we've been over 24 hours, and we've used it and haven't had any issues.
Nobody's died
yet.
Oh,
yeah.
nice, Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan said he went back to HEMA. Is that right?
Which is good. How was that? I know you used to do that a lot. Hell, I haven't done it in a while either. It's been at least like 3 years. But mine got a little weird too, culturally speaking. It's like, I'm not sure if I want to do this one.
Weird how, Scott? I have suspicions, but go on.
So what?
I said I have suspicions, but go on.
So, hey, Biddy, don't eat that. Don't eat that. You already have enough gut problems. Okay, so, the head coach, trainer, whatever the proper title is, interesting dude, right? Which I guess, probably could have guessed that one. You don't really,
Normal people don't HEMA professionally.
Right, normal people don't make this a profession, right. Okay, so apparently there was a tournament for the school where they went to California. Sounds right. So they traveled to California, like a decent chunk of the school went, but I was in Virginia at the time, I think, so I wasn't there, obviously. So apparently there was a match. The guy from our school won. Okay, so they won the match. They turn around, they walk away, but the opponent jabbed at him after he started walking away, which is bad sportsmanship, right? And you could potentially hurt somebody because there's no like there's protection on the back of the head, but not as much.
Yeah, and your kidneys are right there.
Yeah,
they're very exposed. Not to mention
so the teacher decided to jump the fence, and punch the guy into unconsciousness.
Oh.
So he got kicked. He was suspended at least for a bit. I'm not sure if he got. Not sure if he got full banned. I think he got full banned. He might have tried to appeal, but I'm not sure whatever came of that.
And on the one hand, jumping the fence, sure, that okay. I can see the immediate reaction at least to that.
He was defending his student.
Yes.
Which a mentor should do.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, there is such thing as maybe a little excessive.
Excessive force, if you will.
So, yeah, I didn't know if I wanted to go back to that one because it didn't. Could you not? I didn't know if I wanted to go back to that one because I don't know if I wanted to be associated with that.
Well, I mean, fair. All things considered, better than I would have anticipated when you started this. Oh, is it frozen? No. Oh, okay. Sorry. I think I looked up while I was like holding, like I had my hand still for some reason. So I was like, oh no, the screen froze. It didn't. We're fine. But yeah, as far as HEMA goes, all things considered, not the worst way it could have gotten weird.
It could have got a lot worse, right?
There are multiple scenarios which is dramatically worse. That's still pretty bad, but like that's like normal bad.
Yeah, that's like regular people bad, right? Like
Yeah.
that's something I would expect from just any kind of like the bad you'd expect from a regular like sports coach.
Yeah, that's something that I can like you know what I'm saying. I can see an NBA coach or like NHL, NFL doing things similar, right? I can see it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have seen it actually.
Huh.
Also, hello, Darkish Angels. Make sure I'm reading that right. My eyes aren't bad. Yours are. Welcome to the stream. If you're working on anything, let us know. We always love to hear it. What made you go, huh, Scott?
Bitty just made a mess on my shirt.
Oh. Well,
So I'll be right back.
All right, Scott. See you in a second. So everyone at home knows, Biddy is Scott's cat. She's an older cat. So this could be a lot more weird than it is. Of that, I assure you. Yeah, hello and welcome to the stream, everyone that's just joining us. We're glad to have you. And like I said, if you are working on anything, let us know. We'd love to hear what everyone's working on. If anyone is wondering, these are my Black Templars. Specifically, this is a Mark III conversion for a Crusader squad. I say conversion, there really wasn't that much converting that had to go into it, but you know, hey. It makes me feel fancy when I call it a conversion. Alright. So Tristan, because I know you're working on the StarCraft stuff, how much have you gotten done so far? It always kind of throws me off when I see the StarCraft minis, specifically the Terrans. The Terrans, when I see them, read as Votann to me immediately, because I'm not that familiar with like StarCraft. I don't think I've ever actually played it. So I don't know. Every time I see them, my brain just goes Votann, and I don't really know why. I think it's just because they're more rounded.
All right, I am back.
Scott's back. Yeah, I don't have to keep talking about myself. It's never awkward at all.
What about voting? Are you gonna finish your voting? Is that what we're talking about?
We don't talk about my Votann army. It doesn't exist. Even though it's technically further along than the orcs. Anyway, we were talking about
That's a good question, everyone.
The Terran Marines from the StarCraft game, right?
Right.
My brain, when I see them, immediately reads them as Votann.
Well, yeah, it's definitely that like.
They're very
kind
similar.
Of massive punk look.
It's how rounded they are. It's the rounded shoulders combined with the rounded helmet.
Yeah, it's like round spacesuits and everything.
Yeah.
Definitely Votann are more lean into like the NASA punk, but
which is kind of funny because the Terran Marines definitely have, you know, Temu Space Marine vibes. Just that seeing them in miniature form specifically, my brain just goes, yes, Votann.
I wonder how Jonathan's coming along with that.
I don't know. I feel like he has it all together.
I haven't asked him about it. There's been like enough other things going on at work. I completely forgot about it until right now.
I mean, that's valid. I know. I mean, he's definitely been working on it because him and Tristan were talking about missing sprues. So he's definitely like taking a look at it, and he recognized a part, like what the part was supposed to be, that Tristan couldn't find.
Yeah.
So he's definitely like worked on it. I just don't know how much.
Yeah, Tristan, did you ever get that resolved?
I think he said he emailed the company.
Okay.
Which is fair. I mean, it's a newer company, so that's kind of to be expected. I don't know
Do a
what
product, at the very least.
What else have they made?
I do not know. I
Yeah.
don't know what company makes this.
It starts with an A. He posted it at some point in the chat. I just don't remember what he said specifically. It started with an A, I can tell you that.
A little company known as Asmodee.
You know, little Archon Studios. Okay, the name sounds familiar now that I've said it out loud. I mean, I guess new isn't necessarily the right word, just like a smaller studio, it's more likely.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I had the same, like, I don't know how they compare size-wise, like Wargames Atlantic, but I had the same issue with Wargames Atlantic where they didn't get me some of my... I was missing, like, 1 or 2 sprues, which, to be fair, in the box it was like a 6-sprue box. A lot of sprues. But it was also weird that they were both missing that exact amount. Yeah, I think it was 2. So I think each sprue made 5 dudes. And, like, the box is supposed to make 30. And I was like, why do I only have enough bodies for 20?
What is wrong here?
Where are my legionnaires? Listen here, Tristan. I got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. They, because I think this is their first like miniature game.
Yeah.
It seemed like I think the Dragons and Lasers stuff, Dungeons and Lasers, sorry, that because that's just all like D&D stuff, right? I think this might be their first break into the tabletop miniature game market, or I could be completely off base here.
I think that feels right, but I don't know. I can't really say for sure. But I mean, like, even still, like, producing a big box, especially for a big IP like that, is still a totally new, what do you call it? It's just a new undertaking, a different undertaking from doing individual boxes. Because to be fair, we don't know how well Trench Crusade is going to do with their new, like, actual starter box.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so.
I keep forgetting that the Prussians are out.
Yes. In fact, they've had,
They
like...
have them at the store.
They've had, like, more boxes.
Did they?
Yeah, I think they released another set of Prussians, maybe? Or at least there's a way to get access to slightly different sculpts with slightly different equipment, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I was kind of looking at the Prussians, but if I'm doing the Papal Intervention Force, I don't really need a second new Antioch art or warband.
That's fair. Did you ever order the stuff or not yet?
Not yet. I think that's probably going to be like sometime in the summer project. But at the very least, 1, I need to send you money. So I need to do that before I buy any new stuff. And then 2, next week.
Where you live?
Next Saturday is not this coming Saturday, but next week is the drop of the guard stuff.
Oh, yeah, so you probably want to get that.
Yeah, so I want to try and grab the battalion box. If not, my fallback is just to buy the Commissar Graves.
I'm sure somebody in town is going to have a box left.
Well, the main issue is that...
How much hunting you want to do.
Well, that's the thing. I think I can get the box. The problem is I want to use my store credit from the last tournament.
Oh, fair.
So I need to get it at our local store. So if I don't, I think I'll just probably grab Commissar Graves with that. Get her, like, half off or whatever. Because the good news is, while I think the new stuff is neat, and I definitely want, especially the hippogriffs, I love me a, armored car with a tank gun. It is neat, but none of it's particularly good. So I won't feel like I'm going to be competitively in trouble if I don't get this box. You know what I mean? I say that, but I don't really play. My guard list isn't really built for competitive. In fact, I think I would get chest clocked more often than you're going to get chest clocked.
because at least I got reps.
Yeah.
Pretty much the only data sheet I don't just like know offhand is the Twin Lance.
True. But that just means you can have it kind of like up and on standby for when you need it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not overly concerned. Like I said, last tournament, wasn't too bad. We got to round 5 every time.
Yeah.
I don't remember how long the rounds were for that one. I think they were the same, but I don't know.
Off the top of your head, do you know when the cutoff time for like new round start is? The last 30 minutes or last like 15?
I don't know. I'm sure it says in the tournament packet. I don't know offhand though.
Probably. I want to say it's 30. The idea is that it's enough that you could finish effectively a full round if you had to, which at that point, 2.5 hours in, you should be able to do. But not so much that. Yeah, at least it's enough that you can finish, at least 1 to 2 turns. Potentially
I'm gonna
a time
have like
call.
10 models left at that point, so I'll be fine. My list is not meant to survive. My list is meant to score points, and to keep you from scoring points.
And you see, Scott, that's the trick. You just have to not care about your army survival.
Though my list for the doubles tournament is the exact opposite of that, because it's all centered around the unkillable Necron brick.
You monster. What's wrong?
I know. It's just like a bunch of buff pieces for the unkillable Necron brick, and then 2 Catons to go push, to go enforce my will.
I need to find someone to play with for that. I haven't really looked at it yet.
I'm assuming Johnny Boy doesn't have a partner yet.
That's assuming he's gonna go.
It's also fair.
This guy.
You bully him.
Well, let's see if we can bully him into actually going to RMO since he already paid for it. Say, unless you know something I don't.
No, not to my knowledge. All I know right now is the study that I'm trying to get recovered at work.
But they've been working on it for 2 months, Scott. Scott, your silence is deafening.
It's fine. Fine. Fixing it? Fixing it. It's fine.
To be clear, not John's fault.
No, not John's fault. John's like half the reason that we're getting it freaking fixed.
I was gonna say, John is part of the solution. He is not the problem. I want to make sure that implication was cleared up.
You gotta think of the implications.
Because the implication.
Okay.
Guess we do need to figure out by like Friday, so we know if we're gonna carpool though.
I was assuming we were going to.
Well, I mean, like, if we need to go by his place.
Oh, I see.
Which I mean, like, I don't expect him to go Friday regardless, but, Saturday and Sunday we need to know. Alright. I think I did it. I got all the lead belcher down. We did it, chat. We did it. Together. I need to go make my wet palette wetter real quick. Scott, can you entertain the masses for a minute?
I would love nothing more.
I don't believe you, but go get him, Tiger.
Oh, okay. Well, how's everybody doing today? How's their week going? My week was brought low a little bit because I got to work and realized that it is not, in fact, Wednesday. It is only Tuesday, which is always a rude surprise, I would say. But it's fine. We're almost halfway through the week. It's going to be a fun weekend with RMO. I'm looking forward to it. I generally like going to competitive events because I get to meet a lot of interesting people, get a lot of good games in. And yeah, it's just a good place for me to like improve and stuff. Because just like Home Depot, I never stop improving. I think that's Home Depot. That might be Lowe's. I don't remember. I don't know. I've been going to both of them a lot lately. I've been doing a lot of landscape work. But yeah. Oh, what upgrade kit are you getting? I'm sorry if I missed that. And yeah, I think so. I guess I will say the Necron list I'm working on. It's a doubles tournament at our local store. It's like a little goodbye to 10th edition for next month. So that'll be fun. But I'm bringing 20 man warrior brick. Attached to that is going to be a Royal Warden with the enhancement that gives them stealth. Attached to that as well is, oh gosh, what's his name? Oricon. Gives the entire squad a 4-up invuln. Behind that.
Oh no, we're down to 1 viewer, Scott. Why? Why, Scott?
It says 6 for me. What are you smoking? Oh, nice. Ooh, that'll be fun. Wanting. Yes. So behind all that is Ghost Arc, which gives me a once per turn resurrection, like emergency resurrection on my Necrons. And then next to that is a Reanimator, which gives me 2d3 for my reanimation instead of 1d3 for my reanimation, which the warriors get to reroll. Then next to that is a Catacomb Command Barge with a Resorb, which also has an emergency d6 resurrection. Then we have Illuminous Cesaris standing by them, who gets blown up if they're by a warrior brick, if they're by warriors. And then also improves the AP of their weapons by 1, and decreases the AP of incoming weapons by 1, which doesn't matter as much unless I'm in cover, but still kind of funny. And then to make sure I can actually do things, we have a Void Dragon and the Nightbringer running up the board, saying mean things to people.
Why are you the way that you are?
I don't know. I'm upset, and I'm making it everybody's problem.
Tough affair. Side note. How are the Void Dragon and the Nightbringer coming along?
The Void Dragon is in sub-assemblies. The Nightbringer is still in box. And I had some reward points from work, so I used that to get some Amazon gift cards. Because I sold my soul to the company store. And then using that to get the Catacomb Command Barge, Illuminous Cesaris, and Oricon. Which are all models that I wanted for the army anyway. This just kind of gives me the reason to get, paint, and build them. Not in that order.
Fair. But what if you painted them all on sprue? What if you were a mad lad?
That would suck. So we're not going to do that. That's a stupid idea, Brendan. You should feel bad.
Yeah, people do it all the time.
Stupid plan.
What?
It's a stupid plan. Oh, Perky's ordered quote-unquote all the guard, which is concerning because I am like 95% certain that Perky already has all the guard, but I guess with new guard, there's going to be even more all the guard.
Surprised he was able to get his hands on it. I know they sold out pretty quick. Perky's a reseller. I'm on to you, Perky.
Oh, God.
You monster.
If you guys are not part of the Discord, join the Discord in the link below. If you are part of the Discord, Perky has shared several pictures of his incredibly impressive guard collection.
Very specifically his Destroying collection.
Very jealous for that collection.
I am too.
I was really tempted. I saw a reseller at Adepticon that had a bunch of the old like metal guard sculpts, and I thought of Perky. It's like, oh, this is the kind of stuff that they would love.
This is the thing Perk would enjoy. One of his many perks.
The Perky perks.
A Perky perk.
Perkalicious.
Tristan has a question.
Oh?
Yeah, you should read it.
Oh. Well, yes, Tristan, I do need to get the Centipede because that thing's awesome. Even though it's Legends, but because of that, I no longer feel bad about getting a recast of it. But if we were to do a Horde mode stream, what would be the Horde army? So, that is a good question. I think it would have to probably be Nids, because John has a very large collection of Nids. Like, I have a decent collection. Well, I have a good collection of Kroot. That would be funny. But like John just has so much Nid stuff. Like he could have a little bit of variety to it too.
Yeah, that.
I guess it would be funny to have me have to fight my own children.
You fool! Perky is your Horde army of choice guard. I feel like it is, Perk. I feel like it is.
I don't know, Brennan, what do you think? Who would we fight?
I mean, from a practical standpoint, I think you're dead on. I think that's really our only option. However, if we could have any army we want, I'd say probably like Nids, Orcs, Guard would be kind of funny.
Yeah, because Nids is just iconic, right? Like it just looks the part.
Plus, think of all the Zerg Rush jokes you can make.
I guess another funny one would be Gene Stealer cults if you were...
Actually, you know what would be funny? Gene Stealer cult. So, the Horde is Nids. Everybody else is playing Gene Stealer cults. You're trying to survive the Ascension.
You realize the consequences of your action a little too late.
Yeah.
Nah, respect. I think that's the best choice right there.
Which, to be fair, in lore, it does vary a little bit on whether, how aware of what exactly their ascension is going to be. Some cults are fully aware of it and are okay with it. Other ones are not 100% aware of it.
Some of them are caught a little bit by surprise.
Got a little by surprise, or at least the hive mind thinks it's funny to drop the pretensions at the last minute.
Because if you're going to worship an Eldritch Star God, they might as well have some jokes.
Yeah. That's the Emperor's big downside. He doesn't got a lot of jokes.
Yeah, he's kind of a boring dude, honestly.
Take that back. No.
That's what I thought.
Burgosaurus says they do have a lot of bloodletters. They said orcs, and of course they do have 250 plus destroyants. So yeah, really a lot of options.
Yeah, have you actually looked at the Horde rules? Because I have not.
No, I haven't, unfortunately. Like, I think from what I've heard, it's an interesting system. It's just not something I've really looked at because it requires prep. And one of the nice things about 40k for me is that I don't really have to prep it. I just have to have a list together. You know what I mean? Makes it relatively easy to get into. It's easy to pick up games. At least at our local stores, not usually too hard. All right.
Yeah, usually somebody's down to tussle,
Yeah.
down to clown, if you will.
They're also down to play 40K.
Oh, well, that's convenient, because I was just going to be here with my balloon animals.
Oh no, my Null Oil has dried out.
That is not where I thought that sentence was going.
What do you think I was gonna say?
Thought you were going to say your null oil has been spilled.
No. Ah, crap, is that my only bottle of Null Oil? I had two. But yeah, that Null Oil ain't going nowhere. No more. Ain't Nolan nothing. Oh man, I almost bought a bottle when I was buying the rest of these.
Oh, Perky just got 3 redeemers.
You monster. You absolute monster. God, can you imagine even just 2 of those? Even running just 2 of those in the heavy transport detachment? Oh my god. That would be nasty. That'd just be mean.
At some point, I will see what this heavy transport detachment actually does.
You probably should. It's pretty good. I think it's actually going to be one of the better detachments.
It is legal for RMO.
Yeah, but I have to take the yellow card. You told me not to do that.
Yeah, now you would.
Yeah.
No, I mean now you would, but I'm just saying, like, it might be a thing that we run into.
I bet we do. The good news is there's no anyone that is running that isn't going to have a lot of reps outside of like the usual suspects. Alright, well, if I can't wash those, I might as well paint the rest of the Crusader squad, i.e. the neophytes. Get them ready. You would run them with big tricks, wouldn't you, Perky? Wouldn't you?
Also, Tristan's right. It's just time to oil wash them.
Oh yeah, with all the oil wash I don't have, all that, Scott, all that oil.
Go break in the local art supply store.
We do have one.
We do have one. It's nice. I like it.
We have a few different ones actually. We have a nice little variety. That's one thing I like about living here is there's actually like a fair variety of stuff. As far as like hobby stuff goes, you know what I mean? Okay, so these guys all need some lead belcher, but mostly flesh tone. So we will work on that. We will get Rackar flesh to use as a base for lighter tones. We will get...
Oh boy, Rackar flesh, everybody's favorite.
We got against
no, it's more Pallid Witch flesh.
Yeah, Pallid Witch flesh is the one everyone like hates. It's a true white. Right. Bugman's Glow. We'll make a nice little medium. Where is my... Was it Catachan flesh? Catachan tone? It's like a nice real dark base for a dark skin tone. Had it. I just had it a few weeks ago before we went to Adepticon, which was a month ago now. Wow, it's really already been a month. Do you believe that?
Yeah. It's been a month. Been a long month.
It has been a long month. For some of us. It hasn't been the longest month for me, but some people have had longer months.
On the bright side, I almost have a walkway now.
You do!
Yeah,
It's
I
actually
put
on
down the basic material today. Well, not put down. I tamped down because you're supposed to like put down 4 inches or so and then compress it, then add whatever else you need to get it to be the 4 inches. And I spilled my wildwood. God dang it!
Oh no!
Right after joking about you spilling your null oil.
I'll have you know, I've only ever spilled my null oil once. Snake bite, Gilliman flesh. Where is this brown?
Pallid Witch has still got him acting unwise. That still gets me.
Oh, there it is. There's Catchan flesh. These pallid witches took out the action unwise. Perky does say they also want to run Mech Guard. Mech Guard looks really good right now. It does look really fun.
That detachment does look pretty neat.
Alright.
The new order of just giving a bunch of things reactive moves, pretty good.
Yeah. Now, a lot of the Guard and the Space Marine ones both look pretty solid. I think the Space Marine ones are probably the best out of that group. The Orc ones are funny, but they're not very good.
Well, I think that's all I really ask for orcs, though.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more you can ask for. Like, if they're gonna be bad, they should at least be funny. Actually, I do need to do that. Forgot they have exposed arms. And make sure all their arms are the same color.
So you should still get your Baneblade built so that we can run it
That actually.
for the people, Brendan.
Why? We already got John's.
Well, you could have 2.
Ah, you got me there. I shudder at the think of what would happen if we gave Jeff 2 Baneblades.
But nothing
Shudder.
good.
Shudder, Scott. Anyway. What was I saying?
Something.
Yeah, that.
Running it for the channel.
Oh. I'll say that's actually probably the correct answer what I should work on next. I just need to figure out how to magnetize it.
There's got to be a tutorial.
So... Shoot, who was it? Eons of Battle did a video on it. And that's actually the one that the Magnet Baron links to. That's the other thing, is I have to buy the magnets. And I'm kind of debating if I want to buy... Because the Magnet Baron has a little kit. And I think basically has all the magnets that like Eons of Battle used.
Yeah.
So I'd have to look... I'd have to buy that. And that's like $50, $60. It's actually pretty pricey.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's a lot of magnets. I mean, they are good magnets, though. It's like
They're good magnets. It's also
they're
literally
strong,
a lot of
not going
magnets.
to break on you.
Because you have to magnetize a lot, and you have to do some interesting things with like plastic card to magnetize all the options. So, actually, I say it, this probably won't be something that's done on stream. Because I don't think I can do it without crashing out.
No, I think that's what the people want, though.
Is that what you people want?
Yeah, we want Brendan to crash out on screen.
What's this Wii stuff? Custer, he comes up to me and
Royal
says,
Wii.
we're going to the Little Bighorn. He says, what's this Wii stuff? The Last Samurai. Actually a pretty decent movie. All things considered.
Oh, yep. So Tristan says he's never spilled null oil, but he has spilled red speed paint. So, yeah.
Sounds
That's
like
a recipe for disaster. Who was the one that... There was somebody in our group, I don't remember who, but they left the Blood for the Blood God technical paint in their car.
oh.
I think it was in Colorado in the summer, and, it got hot enough in the car that
It burst.
it burst all over the back seat. Just absolute bloodbath.
I don't think I heard that story. I thought you were gonna mention, because I have a story for not Blood for the Blood God, but for Flesh Tearers Red, involving Augie. But I did have, speaking of things bursting in cars, after Extra Life, those biscuits that I bought, that I ended up taking home because we didn't make them, they burst in my car.
Oh no. Was it while you were driving?
Yeah.
Oh
I was
no.
getting on the highway, and I heard like a... I was like, please don't let that be a tire. Right? Like, please, at all times, do not let that be a tire right now. And I was going, and I was like, no, the car feels fine. I'm not getting any, like, warning things. Probably not that. So I kind of kept going, and I looked over, and he had, like, busted out the thing and like shot out a biscuit at the wall.
Single biscuit.
A singular biscuit.
Well, biscuits.
No biscuits. Apparently, there are a sizable number of U.S. children that speak Australian now.
What?
Yeah. Well, biscuits thing, I think that comes from Bluey, from my understanding. And apparently that has passed on a significant amount of Australian slang to U.S. children. Which makes sense, but is funny to think about.
Dang Australians with their wholesome television.
First of all, how dare you? Secondly,
Tristan wants to help you crash out through chat.
now see, now that I'm aware of. I'm well aware of that. Speaking of Nick and Artery, I did...
Nick and Artery?
Not quite, but I got pretty close. When I was assembling... Ooh, I have him right here. I can show you. When I was assembling old Karamazov here, probably good... Shoot. Maybe 4 years ago at this point, when I was, assembling old Karamazov here. Side note, I put his feet on backwards. Or at least 1 foot. Anyway, I was assembling him. And I was cleaning up something. His resin. And the hobby knife slipped. And went right under my fingernail. Right there.
Ooh.
And I don't know if you know this, but fingers bleed a lot. I had to go to my wife. And I was like, alright, don't freak out. But there's a lot of blood on my hobby desk. I'm fine. I just need your help real quick.
See, you probably should have done that the opposite order. It's like, nothing to worry about. I'm fine. What?
I mean, to her credit, she didn't really freak out. She was like, oh. I was like, well, that's nice to know for future reference.
And I rented a rototiller from Home Depot, because apparently that's the thing you can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
To till the front yard. And it's like this big spinning blade thing that like digs into the dirt and breaks it up and everything. After pushing that, because my front yard is fairly steep, so I was pretty beat by the time we were done. And my boss helped me get it to and from Home Depot in the back of his Beamer, which was kind of funny, or no, I think it was a Mercedes. It was in the back of his Mercedes, so it was kind of funny using a fancy car for blue collar work like this. But regardless, I was so dang weak when we were trying to take this thing out of the car that I just like could not hold it up, and the blade like dug right into my leg and poked this big old hole in my pants. Like, oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. Luckily, it just scraped my leg a bit, but like there's a big old hole in my jeans now.
Oh no!
That's why jeans are good pants for manual labor.
Weird. It's like denim's a relatively tough material, yet still relatively breathable.
Yeah, that's like the point of it.
Weird.
Yeah, but that was a little spooky. It's like, oh no, this could be bad.
Ruh-roh. We're in trouble.
Of course, I didn't want to just drop trowel right in the Home Depot parking lot to check. So.
Oh, I didn't realize this was in the Home Depot. I thought it was.
No, this was when we were returning it, because some of my arms were super tired from pushing this dang thing up my hill.
Okay, well, just the way you described it made me think that it was when you were loading it to go to Home Depot.
Oh no, this was unloading it afterwards.
Shane, if you had gone to Lowe's, no one would have even noticed. Lowe's is basically the Walmart of hardware supply stores.
Which is weird, because I feel like it tries to come off as nicer than Home Depot.
Well, I think what it is Home Depot tends to sell itself more towards professionals, while Lowe's, I think, targets more DIYers. That's just the vibe I get.
Yeah, I could see that. I've had similar theories.
Yeah. So, I think that's probably part of it, is that, people who go to Home Depot are at least aware of if they can't do something. People that go to Lowe's, not necessarily so. And don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I go to Lowe's because it's close.
Yeah.
And because they have free parking for me, which is pretty neat. So I won't take advantage of many benefits, but I will take advantage of that one. Because I'm lazy.
And that's fair. Yeah, because I don't even know if Lowe's actually does tool rentals. I know. Welcome to our Warhammer 40k stream as we discuss different hardware stores.
You say that like half the people here aren't here for background sound anyway.
That's fair. That is fair. No, I get it. We're Screen 2 entertainment.
We're too ADHD to be ASMR, but we could totally do it. Both of our brains would abhor the silence necessary to do ASMR.
Sound of silence. Yeah, 'cause I don't know if Lowe's actually does tool rentals, but you can rent just about any tool you want from. I think you'd literally rent a hammer if you wanted to, which seems weird. It's like it's a hammer. Just go buy a hammer.
But what if they have nowhere to put a hammer, Scott?
The hammer doesn't
What
take
if-
up that much space.
What if they are not legally allowed to own a hammer, Scott?
Well, then they shouldn't be legally allowed to rent the hammer either.
How many
Regardless, I don't know.
background checks do you think do they do for the hammer?
I don't know their life. I don't know their life. Maybe they need to rent a hammer. Maybe they're having a bad day and their hammer broke. They don't want to fix it right now.
I feel like the rental has to cost as much as just buying the hammer. Like, you know, now I really want to know how much it costs to rent a hammer if you can. Is this something you can look at online?
Probably.
Chat, we might be going on an adventure here in a minute. Now I'm genuinely curious.
Like, I've seen hammers. I'm not sure if it's something you can, like... Because, like, for the online, you can reserve things ahead. So, I don't know if it's one of those things that's innocuous enough that you can just, like... They just go in person.
I mean, true.
Because generally it's for, like, power tools and stuff, right? Like, I don't usually need a buzzsaw or something. Or, you know, a rototiller. So... They also do truck rentals.
That one actually surprised me. I won't lie.
If you just need like a utility truck, it's like $20 an hour. It's not bad.
Like, tool rentals make sense to me. I can see that. Like, you know, my dad owns like a blue collar business, so I have seen plenty of like various rentals we've had to do before he actually like bought his own stuff. But it makes sense. It's just weird that a car rental is also. I say that as if the store we go to most for our hobby supplies isn't also a U-Haul store.
Right. And it's not a U-Haul, it's like Home Depot's own rental company, but
Yeah. I'm not saying it's really not unusual for. Or we shouldn't be throwing stones about doing unusual things with businesses.
It makes sense. I mean, you can't like go to Avis and rent a utility truck.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's what all they are. They're just generic service fleet pickup trucks. Like I need a truck bed for like a couple hours. Either you go to friend with truck, or I guess go rent a truck.
Now, see, Rumple Smoothskin. God, I hope you're a Fallout fan. I really do. I hope this is just like a Fallout joke.
That's a good name right there.
He did say 2 chill dudes talking about manual labor, hardware stores, and 40k. I'm about to get good sleep, and I thank you for it. Also, thank you.
We're here to help.
I am relatively happy with how these Templars are turning out. I wanted to do like more of the trim and lead belcher, but I don't feel like torturing myself, so I'm not going to do that. But Right.
Actually, while I was working on the pathway today, something nice happened. Just like a random landscaper, like pulled out, like backed up. Like he was my house is by a four-way stop sign, right?
Yeah.
He like backed up, pulled up next to my yard, rolled down his window. He just gave me some like tips. I thought he was about to start selling me his business. Like, no, he's like, oh hey, no, you like, if you do this, this, or this, it'll make your life a little bit easier. It's like, oh, thank you. That was really nice of you. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. If he did start selling his business, you can't really fault him too much for that.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was ever a time to advertise, it's when someone is doing their own yard work.
Yeah, like he didn't do any. He didn't tell me his business at all. He just told me that tip. He said, "Have a lovely day." It's like, "Thank you, you as well," and just drove off. It's like, oh, that was real chill. I think I saw him the other day too, because there was somebody in a similar landscaping truck that like honked and like waved at me while I was doing work. It's like, oh, getting respect, getting street cred.
And I do mean this in the nicest way possible, but you are fun to watch work. Your body is just so lanky. You just look inherently uncomfortable.
Well, that's just like, Biddy, get off the keyboard.
We don't want to let Betty interact with chat.
Oh, she put she was sitting on the space bar. It's like, what do you mean I have negative 500 characters left? Oh, Biddums.
It just says. Pss, 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 pss.
Yeah, so I have one neighbor, right? They
Okay.
have, so for those of you who are not familiar with Colorado, we get some real bad hailstorms here. Like, we get like fairly frequently quarter to golf ball sized hail. The facility that I work at, there's several incidents known as the hailstorm of X year.
Though, to be fair,
Where just
this does tend to happen
everybody's
more on the
car.
western side of the city. Because I've always
Yeah,
avoided them. I don't know how, but I have always been in a good spot to not have to worry about them.
Yeah, like they're not too bad. Sometimes they'll get real bad, but my work is like way off east in the middle of nowhere, right?
West.
Okay, but
Or
that
east,
also
anyway.
means
Yeah.
that also means our freaking the roofers here are just monsters. Like, you will get several calls a day saying, "Oh, would you like a free inspection of your roof?" No, please leave me alone. There was a pretty bad hailstorm last year, I want to say. And this was maybe like 2 months after I just got my roof replaced. So maybe it was like 2 years ago or something. So it's like 2 months after my roof got replaced. So brand new roof. Hasn't taken any kind of like wallops yet. So now, even after a big hailstorm like that, still doing pretty all right. Lady next door hasn't even finished raining yet. Like, it's still raining a bit. Comes up to my door, knocks on my door, and says, "You're going to need a new roof. Luckily, my husband does that. Here's his card." Thanks. Please leave.
I don't think that's true, but okay. You put me in a situation I can't tell you to leave.
Oh no, I told her to leave.
Well, I mean, like, I can't be rude to you. I have to be nice about this.
There was
Unless you weren't.
one guy. I was having a bad day a couple weeks back, and there was one guy who came into my door and was like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" It's like, "This is not a good time right now." I was like, "Oh, but it's really important. I swear." I was like, "What is it about?" "Well, it's really important. Tell me what it is." "Oh, it's about home security. I just told him get off my property. This is not
I'll
a
show
good
you my
time."
home security.
Yeah, I was like, "This is not a good time. I do not care about this right now. I need you to leave." So, did not mean to be so mean to that guy, because he was just doing his job. But, I haven't seen him since, so I guess it kind of worked.
Well, to be fair, having worked in door-to-door for approximately 3 days, they usually just get a route. And you don't typically go back on that route for presumably a while.
Right. Did you hear what happened with Jeff?
No?
So, somebody came to his door selling home security. The guy knocks on the door. Jeff opens the door. The guy just walks right in.
Oh, I think that does sound very familiar, but go on.
Yeah, no, guy walked right in. Jeff was like, no, what are you doing? Calls the guy's boss right then and there. Puts the company on speakerphone. And chews the guy out.
It's a very Jeff thing to do, and I respect him for it.
Yeah, that's why we respect Jeff.
Jeff don't care about nothing. Jeff don't care about your niceties. Jeff don't care about your feelings. Jeff don't care about your job security.
But yeah, no, but the roofers here are just absolutely feral. It's so annoying.
Them and the window people.
And the window. I haven't had too much issue with the window people.
Maybe that's just like a north side thing, but like, I want to say last year, it might have been the year before, we were watching her parents' house while they were out of town. And like, I shit you not, like, probably 2 to 3 different like window companies stopped by and were like trying to sell window upgrades. It's like, man, I'm not even the owner, all right? I am only answering the door right now because you have set my dogs
into this
off.
house.
It's like, you have set my dogs off, and I just don't want to be in a confined space while they're barking. This is the only reason this door is open right now.
They're vicious. All about.
I've met these animals. One will literally poop himself if approached by a bigger dog. The other one, she'll just give you kisses. She's really not.
Oh.
Both of these dogs will put up a lot of bark and then do absolutely nothing.
That's exactly what Leica would do. Leica is not a guard dog. She's a lover, not a fighter.
Obviously, but Leica is at least physically intimidating.
She's very barrel-shaped.
These 2 dogs are not. All right. These are corgis, like, which traditionally have been used not as guard dog, but have been used as like alert and like security dogs. So they're actually pretty good at that. They pay attention, and the downside of that is they will let you know if there's something they don't like. And it turns out they don't like a lot. They like their peace and quiet. If anything disturbs their peace and quiet, you're gonna find out about it.
They will let you know.
Aggressively. Repeatedly, even. Alright, real quick, I'm going to check what my paints are. I have it. Do I have any skin tone saved? I don't think I do. I think I always just pulled it up. I need for the dark skin tone, I need Reikland Flesh Shade, which I think is you. Side note. I think I have like 3 bottles of Reikland Flesh Shade at this point. Yep. Apparently that's one of the ones that I have a mental blind spot towards for whatever reason. Yes, Bonfire. They are. Shade? What'd you say, Scott?
Reikland Flesh Shade, or?
Yeah. I just have a mental block for it. I don't think it's. No, it's not that one. Actually, I don't. Yeah, it's for the medium tone. Is it flushed? Yeah. No? I have never heard of Targor Rage Shade. That has to be new.
Targor Rage? What the hell is Targor Rage Shade?
It's apparently a shade. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Of what?
I don't know. I just work here. All right, Agrax is the other one I need. But yes, Wonderfire, they are very much all bark and no bite. Now, mind you, I have very few doubts that if these dogs were raised as like farm dogs, they could at least do okay against a coyote if they needed to. Like they're actually beefy little dogs. They're a lot beefier than like a dachshund is. But these 2 have not. These 2 are apartment dogs and are spoiled.
Okay.
Reikland Flesh Shade goes on the dark. I said I had it, and I completely forgot which one it was. Yeah. Flesh shade on the Catachan. Flesh prime one. Not prime ones, base layers. Yeah, corgis do have a lot of muscle. They're really what they are is they're medium-sized dogs with just little legs. Like they can Go ahead, Scott.
They got little legs.
Quite literally. But they can be really relatively beefy for what they are. I mean, so I think based on what I've seen on like homesteaders and whatnot, you tend to really have, if you're using like guard dogs specifically for like, you know, chickens and sheep and stuff, you actually tend to have two different ones. You'll have one that's kind of like the alert dog that tends to be up at night, and will make a lot of noise. That can presumably like handle itself a little bit, but more importantly can wake up the other dogs, that are the actual guard dogs, that will like do a lot of damage.
Calls in Larry.
Essentially, yes. I imagine that's more or less the role that corgis filled, is that they will alert to everyone that there is a problem. And then everyone else will mostly solve the problem.
They're just one of those people at work that just like to point out problems. They don't actually offer any solutions. They just like pointing them out. It's like, thanks. Thanks for pointing out this problem.
Actually, the perfect allegory, because that's exactly what they do. Except they're very bad at telling you what the problem is. You have to sit there and guess. And a lot of the time, it ends up being the neighbors existing, because how dare they do that in their own yard?
How dare they? Do they know who these dogs are? Do you know who I am? Do you know who my father is?
Have you ever watched My Cousin Vinny?
Oh, I love my cousin Vinny.
So
I did not watch that though until I moved to Alabama. I had not seen it before then.
Accurate, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, for rural Alabama, like Huntsville's pretty.
Yeah.
Huntsville's nice. Like don't let anybody fool you. Huntsville's a nice place. It's just hot. It's real hot. Real humid too.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about that Gulf Coast, Scott. Let me tell you. People always joke about, oh, it's a dry heat. There's a difference. Let me tell you.
Because shade actually works in a dry heat.
Yeah.
It follows you in a wet heat.
I remember standing in the shade for hours, sweating. It was bullcrap's what it was.
Yeah, my favorite outdoor activity was still inside because I would go caving. Sun can't get me down here underground.
But anyway, I think I've seen it before, but it's been like a long while. And Danielle had never seen it, and it's such a great movie. If you haven't seen My Cousin Vinny,
it's so good.
It is on Hulu in the US right now. So one, if you have Hulu, go watch it there. Or go watch it. But it is so funny. It is. I just love how he keeps getting charged with contempt of court. And the one night he decides to like not get bailed out as the best sleep he's ever had. Because apparently the sound of a prison is the closest sound to New York.
That's fair. I can see that. Not that I've gone to New York a whole lot, but...
Well, I've never been.
It's nice. There's a lot of people, though.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I'd want to go. I feel like it'd just be too big for me. But it's on my list. It's just not, like, high on my list. I'd really get...
Like, it's nice. There's things to do there. It's just, you know, you have to... Just have to prepare yourself if you're not used to that many people.
You just have to navigate the city. The nice part is you get to navigate the city. The bad part is you get to navigate the city. Now on my list, I really want to go to I either want to go to like Maine or the Pacific Northwest.
Pacific Northwest, both are really pretty.
Yeah.
As I mentioned before, I have a aunt who is a marine biologist of lobsters in Maine, so we visited her a couple times. It's so pretty up there, especially in the fall. Gorgeous.
Yeah, I really want to go. It's high on my list. Yeah, really either of the corners of the country are both high on my list.
Pacific Northwest is a different kind of. It's still pretty. It's a different kind of pretty though.
It's very
more
wet,
of like
pretty.
yeah, it's like very calm, very
Yeah.
like ASMR coded.
Yeah. So I want to go. That is also why my wife doesn't want to go, because she hates the rain. Because she has very curly hair, and very curly hair does not like the rain.
My past girlfriend of mine used to work in Seattle, and she took like a weekend road. She had an internship there, so she took a road trip. She went through. I guess she like I don't know misjudged a turn and fell off the road. So got into a she was okay. Got into a little one car accident. Avis replaced the car instantly, but one of the top quotes was because it was the hometown of Kurt Cobain, which I think is Forks, which is also the location of Twilight. I think the exact quote I got was, "Oh, this is why he killed himself."
Oh.
But can be a bit dreary, especially if you're not in a good mood.
I mean, that's fair. But I don't think it can be any worse than the parts of Alaska that just
And
don't experience
Jersey.
daylight for months.
Oh yeah.
I believe the highest self-harm rate in the U.S. Army is at I think it's Fort Wainwright. I think that's the one that's like super far north, and they just don't get the sun for about a month, and then they just don't get night for another month. Which tends to
It's a little jarring.
really play with the brain after a while. Or so I've heard.
So it goes.
So it goes. Also, fun fact. Fort Wainwright, the only fort to be named after someone who actively surrendered.
Huh.
Yeah. I think it's Wainwright. See, there's two in Alaska. There's a smaller one and a bigger one. I can't remember which is which. Also, I can't remember the other name.
Fort Greely is in there. I want to say. I thought it was Fort Greely. I've had a lot of coworkers that worked on a project there for interesting for a couple months at a time, installing some kind of like system.
You want to know what's kind of funny? One of the... Because there's basically 2 units stationed in Alaska. There is an airborne unit and then like a striker brigade that are both stationed up there. And hilariously, they were both part of the 25th Division until they got switched to... Oh shoot, I think they're 11th Airborne now. But they were both part of the 25th Infantry Division, which is known as the Tropic Thunder Division.
Ah, whole lot of tropics up there, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's what it... I think that's what it gets called every once in a while. Yeah, it's like the Tropical Division. The other brigade is in Hawaii. Like, very, very, like, different experiences depending on which part of the division you're at. Tropic Lightning, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
Close enough.
Cinematic classic.
Hey, Tropic Thunder has the most realistic inter-squad dialogue you will ever hear. Like, you could take that directly out of like things people have actually said. Anyway. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 9:20. What are you feeling, Scott? You thinking 9:30?
That's probably fine. I am just getting the weapons now on the Kroot, and then I'm done with them. Except for basing, but that's the Wednesday plan or Thursday plan.
I mean, basing's pretty relaxing a lot of the time, I feel like.
Oh yeah, I just need to pop these guys off their base so I can do that.
Should have stuck them on with blue tack.
That would have been smart, but oh well. These are not my best painted, but it gets the job done, and my hands are a little shaky from the yard work, so.
You know, if it gets the job done, the tournament, unless you're entering the painting competition, it genuinely doesn't matter. Unless it's like a character, I really don't put a whole lot more effort into it than I strictly have to.
Yeah, there's diminishing returns.
Yeah. Tristan says, the confusing thing about the StarCraft instructions is that they change scale frequently to show different components.
Oh, that's weird.
That does sound disorientating. Oh, I found out something, by the way, speaking of putting stuff together.
Oh?
I assembled one of the barrels for the rocket launcher for Cathay backwards. So I can't fit the dragon head on it.
Oh.
I tried to like pop it off, but I discovered this like 2 weeks later, so like it was dry. I was like, I don't think I can pop. I didn't figure I could pop it off without like breaking it. So like, all right, screw it. This one just won't have the dragon head. It'll look a little weird, but it's whatever. It'll make for a funny story, I guess. But yeah.
What'd you glue it with?
Plastic glue.
You're bound.
Yeah, I know. I mean, plastic glue, you can get away with it a little bit, just because like the connection point isn't usually at like that big. However, this is a cylinder, so it has like an inner component too, from what I remember. So like the entire edge of it is glued now, and whatever is like sticking inside is also glued. So, and we're well past the point at which it would be easy to pull off.
Well,
yep,
that's a big ol' rip.
Well, it's an artillery piece. It'll sit in the back anyway. It'll be fine. If anything, it just makes it look actual, like historical, which is kind of funny. So, it works out.
It's all part of your master plan to trick people into playing historicals with you.
It's all fun and games till one day we're all playing Napoleonics and no one realizes exactly why. And there'll be me in the background laughing at you. Laughing at you all. Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if anyone has tried to be like the 40k of Napoleonics. What I've seen from a lot of like historical games is that the rules themselves tend to be pretty like generic. And like there's like difference between unit types. But if you have like two units that are the same type, they're essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Rather than like differentiated at all. So like I don't know, I just feel like if I'm going to look at like Napoleonics is like the big one that interests me, right? Just because that's like a fun, grand like thing you can look at and kind of see, and it's not all just like going to end in like one big melee engagement. You have a lot of like other stuff going on, so it has a nice little bit of complexity.
Right.
But because I just really want a system where like if I'm playing France, right, I can have like regular infantry, then like the young guard, the middle guard, and the old guard, and they're all just like slightly different. So they have like that slightly different feel, you know? instead of being. So what I don't want it to be is like, hey, here's regular, and then here's like your veteran data sheet. And it's like, well, I want a little more granularity in there. Like this unit's famous for X, Y, and Z. I want it to do X, Y, and Z. And just kind of from what I've seen of historicals, that's not typically a thing outside of like specialized scenarios. But I don't want to play like specialized scenarios. I kind of want the Warhammer thing where I can show up and play a game against someone with equal number of points. I want to play now.
It's just kind of harder to do just because not as many people play it. So it's one of those things you kind of have to.
Well, yeah.
Coordinate a bit more.
Outside of like community level things is what I'm saying. But like a game system that supports that helps encourage that. You know what I mean?
Right.
When I say that, there is one. I know one of our stores has pretty active historicals. I want to say it's probably mostly bolt action though, but I don't know that for sure. I think it's mostly bolt action Team Yankee.
I don't know. I have not actually witnessed their historicals night to see what that looks like. I know they have a Discord, but
That's the other thing I need to paint is my bolt action army. Been sitting in a box. I kind of forgot it was in the box until recently when I was trying to get stuff for Adepticon. I was like digging through boxes and I was like, oh, there you are. I forgot I put you there. I know I have you. I just forgot where I put you. It's a fun little list though.
yeah.
Wouldn't you agree, Scott?
Well, you know, if you want to play it again, you have to paint it.
I don't have to paint it. I just have to talk you into it. I mean, you liked playing against my list, right?
Yeah, it's just, you know, just name a time. Or we can have chat force us to play it, in which case you need to paint it. Take that.
I like how the two that were leading were the two I didn't have to paint. Because what were the options again? It was bolt action, I know. Obviously Legion, Armada, I think. What was the fourth one? You remember?
Fallout, I want to say.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's Fallout, because it was two I had to paint, two I didn't. And everybody was voting for the ones I didn't have to paint. I was like, ah, man, if we play Fallout, I'll have to paint my Minutemen and actually learn how to play this game. Which actually is one of the things that we got back, and I was like, ah, shoot, that's what I should have. One thing I should have bought at Adepticon was like just a power armor like box that had a couple different ones.
Yeah, because they had a sale and you don't have to pay for shipping or anything.
Yeah, it was the best time to do it, and I didn't. I just didn't.
It's okay, Brendan. We're all allowed to be a little dumb sometimes.
I saw it. I walked right by it. I mean, it was really right next to where we were playing most days. So like, I walked by it multiple times. I saw it. I stopped and looked at it. I saw some stuff and thought, I should buy this. And then I was like, no, I'll wait.
Demos for the new edition too.
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
That. Not get a chance to do that.
I feel like honestly, like, I wouldn't call it like a complaint with Adepticon, but one of my like biggest things with Adepticon is actually like, it's kind of hard to balance the like vendor to, at least for like the amount of days we went, the vendor to like games ratio is kind of hard to balance.
Yeah, I think a lot of that just comes with like practice.
Well, yeah, but just like a lot of the games are at the same time as like the vendors, and a lot of the like multi-game events, they go more or less all day. And it's like, well, I want to, and the vendors close at like 5. So it's like, I don't know, I just feel like the vendors could be open a little bit later. Be my only, like, I mean, I don't want to call it a complaint, because I did plenty of shopping. I looked at a lot of things.
Yeah. And then Tristan did want to say that, you know, he as far as like those special scenarios and pickup games go, he generally likes the special stuff more, like the bunker scenarios from White Dwarf and whatnot. And yeah, I would agree with that. They're a lot of fun. It's just usually takes a little bit more setup because, you know, you want people to. That's one of those things like, hey, this is what's about to happen, just so you're tracking.
Yeah, and I'm really not. I don't mean like special scenarios in the terms of like special. I don't know how to put this. I don't mean special scenarios in the way we think of special scenarios in 40K. like in historicals, it tends to be like, we're playing Waterloo, and you're just going to play Waterloo. It's not like a White Dwarf article where it's like, hey, here's a new way to twist the rules to do this fun thing, right? Where you can kind of do that as a pickup, or like you don't have to have specific things to do that. You can just do it with what you've got. Because like, don't get me wrong, I really like boarding action. Boarding action was a lot of fun, but it's just historical and 40k communities are just very different. It's just the best way to put it. Historicals expect a lot of historical players expect to play like to recreate specific battles, and either like, you know, recreate history or change history. They don't expect to play pickup games, whether that pickup game is standard rules or something from White Dwarf. You know what I mean? That would just be my argument on it. I think it's the last dude I gotta do. And then everybody's more or less done. I want to do a known oil wash over all the shiny bits, but I don't think I want to get to do that. So I think I want to get the middle on this and probably get it done.
Get her done?
Yeah.
Why is this not sitting correctly?
Because you glued another part incorrectly.
So I did some sub-assemblies, and this Kroot's hand doesn't want to go in the right spot.
Are you sure it is the correct hand?
Should be, but I had it wrong before.
It is amazing how quickly these things start to look the same after you have mentally said to yourself, I can tell it's apart. I'll be fine.
Well, that one, a little disconnected, but it's fine. It's fine.
I have a neophyte somewhere that has a regular Space Marine arm, and I'm still not sure how I didn't notice it at the time, like when I did it.
Alright, my Rampagers are done, aside from basing.
Alright, and in that vein...
One guy's gonna bother me, but, you know, it's neither here nor there, it's fine.
Sometimes you just have to suffer.
Let's see, so special storms fun me. Instead of the uniformity, I was surprised how small the vendor hall at AC was, smaller than even Dragon Con. That is true. Adepticon has a good mix of the two, though. And even then, Dragon Con's vendor hall is not that big. I mean, they're all, like, dwarfed in comparison to, like, Gen Con or something. But Gen Con is, like, mostly a trade show.
So Gen Con's also, like, the oldest, right? I think it's older than D&D.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it was made by the same people, from what I remember. But it was started beforehand. Not super long before, like a few years at least.
And also, Tristan, to your point, so that is the standard because people have adopted the competitive format as standard, which is, you know, that's fair because they're supposed to be balanced against each other. At least that's the idea, is that, you know, you want a nice balanced game. Definitely if you do like something like an asymmetric, that's something where, you know, you want to go in knowing that you are playing asymmetric and not, you know, if I'm going to play an asymmetric game, my list is going to look a bit different if I get attacker or defender, or if it's just like a standard game.
As we've learned. Go ahead and do that save from Sepia real quick. That was it. 933, perfect. I can put this I need a new shade brush. Do I have another shade brush? Is it worse? Oh, it's crunchy. I can feel it. I'll not use that shade brush. I will use this crappy folder brush as... Or not here. No, I'll use this one. It's got a finer point. Real quick.
But yeah, I definitely think it's a community-based thing, but rules also like help a community. Like how rules are set up will also drive how a community is kind of set up.
Yeah, they come from one another. Like, they influence each other. The rules obviously come first. And a good example can be looked at as like Trench Crusade. Like, part of the reason it's done so successful is that the rules are free and it was relatively easy to get into in the beginning, because the rules came before the official models, so a lot of people were already in the game, were able to start evangelizing for it, for lack of a better term. And then the rules being free continue to be one of its bigger selling points, even if the community overreacted to models not necessarily being STLs anymore.
Are people online overreacting?
No.
Never.
It is always funny to see people call a literal company corporate shills. It's like, yeah, that's what it's here to do, guys. It's a game company, sure, but it's still a company. That is still one of the goals, at least to keep the lights on. I'm not entirely sure what you everyone expected. Alright. That's good enough for now. I mean, I could probably go over the crosses on the neophytes again, because I kind of accidentally painted on some of them. I think some of the... It's kind of inedible when you're doing the white specifically. I thought some of the... Yeah, one or two of the regular dudes have them too, have the molded ones, so I'll need to go back over them. But I really need to invest in in the little goblin hobby thing, or at least something equivalent to it.
Right.
That does look really useful.
Yeah, I would say that. That's pretty useful. It seems like a useful product. Allegedly, they were at Adepticon. I did not see them though.
Huh. I wonder if they were just in... Well, no, because there was like the main vendor hall and like the showcase. What they call it? The main room. It had a specific name. It was basically the vendor hall, but
yeah,
it was separate from the other vendor halls. I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but yeah. I didn't see it either, but I might have just walked by. There was a lot of really big booths.
Exhibit hall. Thank you, Tristan.
Exhibit hall, here we go. I was like, I know it had a specific name because it was also showing off new products. And it wasn't only whoever could afford to pay the price to get set up in there. Like the one dude that was selling everything at MSRP. No. I mean, I paid it.
And even then, people at MSRP, sometimes you can talk them down. Like the guys at Gale Force 9
No, I didn't.
offer me a discount.
That's fair. I didn't
Nah.
really think to try.
Weren't living that hustle.
No, not really. I usually have the state of mind where it's like, whatever, I don't. Because on some level it is arguing, I just don't want to argue. You have to have like energy to...
Anymore.
What's the word? You have to have like energy to haggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that haggle. You need that haggle hustle.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm all done for the night. Scott, are you all done for the night?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Scott, would you like to tell the people what's coming up this week?
So this week, Brendan and I and possibly John are going off to RMO this weekend. So you will not be seeing our pretty faces on stream. However, fear not, because we still have our other crew. So you'll be seeing Tim join us on stream on Sunday, and we're having a friend join us for the first time. So Jared will be playing his Chouse Demons of Slaneshi Chouse Demons, a big buff man apparently. Versus
Once you see Jared, it will all make
Space
sense.
Marine. All makes sense soon.
Yeah, and Tim's debuting his CSM. I need to talk to him. He talked about borrowing
He's actually
stuff.
playing Bird CSM, but
Oh, okay. Well, he's playing CSM.
At least according to Bird, he's borrowing Bird's CSM.
Try to get that figured out to make sure we're all good to go. Oh, yes, Scott. This is the first time a friend has ever joined us, isn't it?
Oh, it's the first time this friend is joining us. That is something completely different.
Stop taking me out of context. But, yeah. I guess that is all we got going on this week. I'm so used to us having stuff on Saturdays. I feel like there's always one more thing, but no, there's not. And, of course,
always another thing.
I will be back here next week. Scott will probably be back here next week. We will both probably be crying over the new armies we said we'd start. Scott, he's either smiling at you or calling you a dick. It can go one of two ways.
You know,
There are two schools of thought. Anyway, Scott, is there anything else we need to go over that you can think of?
No. Happy apparently Tuesday, everybody. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll be seeing you on Sunday.
Yep. Thanks you guys so much again
for see you on Sunday.
Okay, we won't be seeing you on Sunday. I might. Yeah, I was gonna say I might hop in the screen. I guess the stream will be starting probably during our lunch hour, but so we might be on a little bit. But we'll mostly be in the chat. But if you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Thank you guys again so much for coming out and watching this. Again, it means a lot. We get a lot more work done on our army, so really, I like to think it's mutually beneficial for all of us involved. But again, thank you guys so much for showing up. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And otherwise, have a good night, and bye-bye.
Have a good night. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Scott's the Barbie from Toy Story 2.
Bye-bye.